What's good, everybody?
Hello.
Oh no, Bruce is lagging.
Oh,
Oh, and he's gone. It's all good.
no.
He'll be right back. Oh man, I was looking for my notepad from Saturday actually, and I was like on Sunday, and I was like, oh my god, I lost my notepad. I don't know where it's at. I have no idea where it possibly could have gone inside my gigantic pouch. I found it today while I was journaling. I was like, yeah, I didn't lose it. Ooh.
Hi.
Courtney's over here
Hey,
live
everybody.
on Twitch and YouTube.
Hello.
Oh god.
Huh?
Let's see if there's.
Yep.
Look at Bruce wearing his CCS flag.
I can't hear you guys. Why can't I hear that?
Huh?
He's struggling,
Can
guys.
they hear you?
I don't know.
Yes.
We can hear.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can all hear you. You're really loud.
I'm sorry. Turn me. I got headphones.
Actually
It's
that loud.
muted right there.
No, bro. I don't use this computer.
There we go. Can y'all say something?
Hello.
Testing.
There we go.
One,
All right,
two,
before you leave, show us the ring.
Oh yeah.
Go.
Twitch. Check it out.
All right.
Oh wait.
Can you hear Alaric?
Alaric in
Yeah.
the background.
Alaric, they can hear you in the back. You gotta be quiet.
Wow, man.
All right.
We gotta
Go,
go.
Bruce. Yeah, I mean we're already live on Twitch.
All right, bet. I'm gonna do an intro for like post's sake, right?
Yeah.
All right. Welcome back, Lorcana fans. We are here post CCS. I am here as usual with Tanya Panda, and Ash is a newcomer, right? I don't think you've done anything.
She's been on
previous.
one. And it was the one where we dogged the dogs.
Oh, okay. And then Zarek, our second place competitor from the main event here. We're going to talk about their deck list, their matchups, the weekend, the vibes, all of the things that went down because there was a lot.
Indeed, a lot.
Friday, we went to the aquarium. That was fun.
The aquarium was great. Okay. Highly recommend. Go get yourself a little bracelet so you can track a whale named Raja. Me and Bruce are whale parents.
Wait, was it a whale or a whale shark?
Oh, it was a whale shark. It was a
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a whale. It's a shark.
They're sharks. They told us that.
Yep.
Yeah, but they have throats like little babies. It's so weird.
True.
Yeah. Okay. Zarek looks like a Hispanic Austin Powers.
All right, hold up. We'll find a different pair. All right. Different pair of glasses. Activate. Better.
Oh, that's better.
They look more normal. Shit. Oh god.
Oh man. But yeah.
Hey, at least I got told I was Hispanic looking, so that's cool. That doesn't happen too often.
Team Mexico.
They've been hitting me up. I'm just kidding.
Probably. You fit the vibe, okay?
I fit the one requirement.
You can speak Spanish.
All
right.
Who wants to start? You wanna
Want to do Ashton's first?
Yep. Let's start with Ashton. Do you wanna go over
Unless you don't want to start first. You don't have to.
No. My daughter's just yelling, "Mom, I love you." Waiting for me to say it back.
Where are your daisies at? What daisies?
Oh, I didn't run daisies. What do you want me to
No.
run through what's in my deck?
No, I got you. Hold on.
Oh, thank God, because I don't remember.
Yes, Tanya can bring up the deck list if you want. Do you remember your matches? Did you write those down?
Yeah, I wrote down my matches.
Yeah, let's go over that then.
All right.
We're gonna go over both realistically.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's mine. That's my list. One of those.
Corey was looking at this list when Allard posted it in the Discord, and he
Uh-huh.
was like, "This is not what I thought she ran." And I was like, "What did you think she ran?" And he was like, I thought she was running like a more aggro list or something.
I did. I changed it the night before.
You've changed it like
As
12
you do.
times.
Yeah.
But okay, so the Monday before CCS, I was trying aggro. I did one round and I was like, screw that. I'm doing song. Grabbed what was left of my song, half aggro, half song, and threw it together.
So what you're saying is you didn't find the doc and you were not happy.
Oh, I found the doc. I just kept
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
So
Only having 8 songs is like really hard, guys. Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. And then
you
the
either
night
see all of them or none
before,
of them.
then the night before I switched from the aggro that I had been practicing that week to this. All right. So my matchups, I'll give you my wins first, or do you want them in order?
Yeah, go in order.
Okay. First was Steel Emerald discard. That person did not see a lot of discards. That was in my favor for sure. My second one was Steel Song. I can't remember which ones I won the dice roll on. I didn't write that down.
All good.
Round 3 was Pull the Lever. Round 4 was Steel Amber Aggro. That person was real angry at the end.
Is that the person who dropped?
No, that was not the one that dropped after I beat them.
What round did you take your loss in? Your first
So
one?
my first loss was in round 5.
Okay.
Round 5 was Red Purple, and this is the one that I was like super anxious before going into it because I had won out everything, and I think I needed that loss to reboot personally.
Did you win all your matches 2-0?
No,
No.
I took it to game 3 for all of them, except for all of them until 5. We took it to game 3 in Red Purple, but then on game 6 was Steel Song, and I beat him 2-0. That's the one that dropped after I beat him.
Was that the guy that got like really mad at you when you said
No.
the game?
No, the one that got really mad at me was game 4, the Amber Steel Aggro. He was really upset. He's
upsetty spaghettis.
Round 6 was the guy whose son was in top 8 day 2. Do you remember?
Oh, at the 8K?
The next day.
Yeah. It's
I don't know what team he's on.
I can't remember his name. It's the dad and son duo. They came to the House of Cards case tournament, didn't they?
I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure they did.
We've seen them several times.
Yeah, we know who they are. I'm really bad with names, so like I can't remember. Zarek, you're frozen.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's my bad.
I just thought you should know.
No. I don't have my Melee signed in on my computer, so I was trying to find out like my match win records on Melee on my phone.
I guess I could have done that. And then 7 was Blurple. I think that was 2-1 as well. And then
a good matchup for a song.
That was the last day. Or that was the first day, the last one of the first day. And then
6-1, right?
I ended 6-1, yeah. And then I had to make the decision if I wanted to continue or if I wanted to do ladies, and I decided to continue.
Because you were 12th, weren't you?
Yeah, you were 12th. You had to.
Yeah, you were 12th going.
You just had to win the one.
Yeah.
All good.
So then I played against Red Blue, and that was a 2-0. He killed me.
That was against Jonathan Williams, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what me and Corey were talking about?
Hmm.
He said that he was like, she's not playing the one of Bare Necessities or the one of World's Greatest Criminal Mind. I was like, dang, I bet both of those cards would have done really good for her into the Red Blue matchup on day
probably.
2.
I feel like most of us went for the 3 Naveen 1 Grab Your Swords, right? On the Steel Song decks.
Yeah, I think
just because we were expecting so many Diablos, Mirrors, Prince Johns, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I felt like there wasn't that much discard in the room either, so it was like
triple green. There's like far less green steel than I thought. Like when I sat down and I like saw like people like all the amount of purple green, I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
But the purple green that you went against, wasn't there discard in it?
Because there was the one discard. I went against?
Yeah, there was discard in the purple.
He literally was just playing lever.
Yeah, you're just playing tempo.
Yeah. It was
Voodoo.
very fast. It was very like it was built to be kind of like under the Blurple matchup and the red blue matchup because it's just like
Yeah.
get to 4 and then I can just spam and quest.
Yeah,
And he was
going-
playing I'm pretty sure he was playing 4 go-go's, which was insane.
Yeah, you want to go under those like top end decks and then use the crabs and foxes to like control like the mid range decks.
Mhm. Yeah.
Very fun. How'd your deck feel, Ash, overall?
Good.
Anything at the like post event? Do you think that like so initially? I think earlier in the format, people thought weren't as high on red blue like right off the beginning because we were like trying new things. People were really high on Rhino, trying Beyond the Horizon. Do you think that like post CCS with like the obvious like very high conversion rate for red blue and top cut, there was 4 out of 8, one of them being Zarek. Do you think that we change and try and go a little aggro, like maybe Daisy makes its way back in?
I think I would go more aggro just because I had a lot more fun doing that, but I just don't know if that would have won me my matches. I would have had more 1-drops. So that may have helped because there were a few games that I didn't get a 1-drop. And I feel like that sucks. But
Indeed,
the Naveen's came in, and I feel like I would have to sub out the Naveen's for the Daisies.
Yeah, the Uninkables is like very hard to get to. Trying to find like that aggro and song balance. It's just like harder to like post wheel throw down like 3 2-questers into like Daisy.
I think the other thing with that too is like if you think about it, like if you're adding in like 4 more 1-drops too, it kind of, and I think this was a lot of like the thought process behind like not running the Daisy is like you want to see your Cindy because 4 of your instant uninkables are the Let the Storm Rage on. And it's like she is why you play that card. So it just kind of like it like negates that like uninkable essentially. But if you don't see it, then it just like feels bad to have that song in your hand. So
I do not keep my Let the Storm Rage on unless I have the Cindy
unless you
in
have
hand.
the Cindy, yeah, no.
Yeah.
I've done that too though, and then like I just draw into more and it just makes me so angry.
So, and there were times that I would just draw songs when I was top decking, or I would draw uninkables when I needed to be able to ink to play. For example, Naveen. I needed to play Naveen at one point, and I just didn't even have the ink to play it, and I had all uninkables in my hand.
Yeah.
How are the shifts for you? Both people were like kind of dancing between playing like one or the other, trying to choose between one, but you decided just to run both the Cindy and the Aerial Sonic Warrior. Do they come up for you in all your certain matchups?
So I chose to run one of each instead of I did have 2 of the big Cindy. I did not shift Cindy at all at CCS.
Really?
Did you
play her at all?
I did. I hardcasted her.
Sometimes you gotta.
Yeah. I mean, when you're top decking and that's all you have, yeah.
It's also one of those things that small Cindy's like gets exerted more than most of your singers, so it gets exposed. So unless it's like post wheel, play small Cindy and set up for the shift on the following turn, you're not very often making that play.
Yeah.
Also, like if you are in the mirror, like it doesn't matter if you exert her; she's probably gonna be gone anyways. I think most people are like assuming that like either the Cindy or the Aerial has the shift, so they have to try to find a way to get rid of both.
Yeah. And I did shift Aerial, I think twice during CCS, and yeah, I mean, I didn't get to use her very much. It was either towards the end of the game or I don't remember or she got gone.
And I think some of the other 2 like tech cards I would say would be like the Beyond back and forth on that card. Was she relevant for you in the tournament?
I can't remember right this second. I definitely played her. I remember playing her. I remember playing, if I like had 6 ink, playing Smee and then Bianca right after. She definitely sang for me, so that was the reason I ran her, plus the 5/5. So
Do you remember how she played out in your blue red matchups?
blue red. That I only had the one blue red matchup, right?
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and he got coil out both games, so he just coiled everything. Nothing stayed on the.
Yeah.
Was there any Ruby Sapphire action lists in the main event? That like
Yeah, the person
it?
that I played in top 8 was on
So there's
the
three
Shark.
options.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I had that list pulled up here. Give me 1 second.
I felt like I didn't hear about a lot of the Ruby Sapphire action lists.
I just feel like there's so many. Like all the decks have such efficient outs to Shark.
Yeah.
There's
And,
that.
like,
They also have
Pete
Pete's everywhere.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was gonna say the Pete is just so dominant. If you're able to like, if they get to 6 or 7 ink and you're able to just like get the Pete's for 2 turns at least, like you're questing and you probably have a singer to get rid of their shark or a song to get rid of their shark. So it's like,
Yeah. So the
like
action list that top 8'd was by Joel Melton, and notable things about his list: he was on 0 Sisu, small or big, and then he was on 2 Hades, 3 Super Goof, and 4 Maui Rush, 4 Maui Half Shark. So kind of just like trying to beat up on the steel players, the more aggressive steel players rather than song players. And then obviously 4 mana probably to close out most of those games. Traditional 2 brawl, 2 let it go. I can't imagine that list having a great time against Diablos.
Yeah.
But there wasn't a lot there, so.
The Ruby Amethyst that I lost to was playing Shark.
I feel like in Ruby Amethyst it's like pretty okay because they're probably also playing the Peter Pan. So it gives the I was gonna say, so it's like it doesn't feel as bad playing it in the Ruby Amethyst.
Yeah.
If you're just playing Shark, you feel real spooky. You're just kind of like clenching for their entire turn that they don't Bruno Strength or Zeus or just do anything.
Do anything to get rid of it. Yeah, World's Greatest Criminal. Like, unless you have that Peter Pan, like in the Ruby Amethyst matchup or the Ruby Amethyst deck, I feel like the Shark has just like so much more value if you're playing the Peter Pan.
I mean, if you just think about like most decks, like any green purple or any purple steel is going to have all the Elsas and Crabs in the world, or pull the levers, to out it. Any steel deck is going to have either a board with strength or Zeus's. Like, it's very hard for it to live.
Yeah, for sure.
Was Grab Your Sword relevant for you, Ashton? I know a lot of people were like back and forth on like these were like kind of like the text of the weekend was like to be honest, the shifts and the swords.
I think I used it in the aggro matchup, the Steel Amber aggro matchup. I definitely used it in my last matchup, which was I didn't mention yet. It was Steel Amethyst. It sucked using it, but he only had two characters on the field, so I had to use, and everything had a bigger butt, so I had to use I love you too. I had to use Grab Your Swords, I love you, and a storm on one character. So it was a little annoying, but I don't know. I mean, if I knew there was going to be less aggro in general, I probably wouldn't have run it, but I was expecting there to be a lot of aggro.
I think we talked about it like pre CCS, like especially in the Yappin' Queens chat. I feel like that was like a big conversation because like we obviously talked about Sunday because all of us wanted to do the ladies tournament. And like we were like, what are we expecting? Right. And that's why I switched my deck, obviously, to Amber Steel for Sunday. But we were all kind of expecting there to be a lot of Chernodog, a lot of Lever, which is still like maybe not aggro as much, but it's still aggro-esque. So I feel like everybody kind of felt like the Grab Your Swords was like a reasonable tech, right? I felt like it was for like whenever we were all kind of talking about it.
And somebody used it on me, and they were running 2. I just don't remember.
Yo, same. In the ladies
I
tournament,
don't remember which steel it was.
somebody had 2 grab your sword. I was like, you're running more than one of this card? That's crazy. I was not expecting more than one. Like one, I don't know. I also think back to like set 1, right? Amber Steel song where like we're running like 4 of Whole New World, 4 of Grab Your Sword. Like
No.
those are good days.
Do you want to move on to your Saturday deck, Tanya?
Yeah, we'll go over my Saturday list. Hold on, let me pull it. Let me pull her up. Gotta find it. Give me a second. Is this one there? Yeah. It's fun because me and Zarek's lists are very similar. I think there is a 5-card difference. It's definitely the 3 Maui Sharks because I don't think you were running any.
Maui Shark?
Or Maui Hero to all.
I was on
Maui's
2.
Hero.
So I was originally on 3. So let's see what the differences are. So you had 1 more Maui 5-drop. You had 1 less Toa 8-drop. That's all the same. I was on 3 Vitalosphere. I ran 2 Quill, 1 Stone Dragon, yeah.
I didn't run any Quill.
And then the 1 Hideaway.
No hideaways. Didn't need it all day. I actually said this in my post too, right? So everybody, so the night before, preface with, I did not test at all going into this weekend because I was, as you can tell, I'm still kind of a little like hoarse or whatever. But I was like very sick the week following up, or a week leading up to CCS. And the Friday night before, Lucas and everybody's like playtesting, and Lucas walks up to me the morning of, and I'm like writing out my deck list. And he's like, we're going to change some stuff. I said, absolutely not. Don't touch my deck. Like, he wanted to like take out the great stones and put in quills and take out all the sharks. And I was just like, I feel like the shark is just like still pretty good, right? I had a discard matchup. Okay, we'll start from the beginning. So round 1, I played Amber Steel, 2-0'd. I was on the play ? Hold on, I can tell you. I was on the play. I was on the play for that one. I 2-0'd though. I played 2 Blurples back to back. The first one was so long. It was like such a long game. But I 2-0'd. I was also on the play. The next match was also Blurple. I was on the play. But we went to game 3. And in game 3, I literally had 2 cards left in deck. And I was searching for my big Toa. I had Dime. I had established. I had established, or I hadn't established Dime, but I had 10 items out. How many items do I run? 4, 8, 12. Yeah, so I had 10 items out, maybe more. I had like 18 ink. I literally was like, popsicle draw, Toa. And then I just showed, it was Sal, actually. I was like, I got Toa Dime. He said, I can't believe you finally found it. I actually wasn't sure if there was another one in my deck. It was kind of crazy. And then I played this card, which Lucas walked up behind this guy when we were in game 3, and he was like, oh, she's cooked. He like had the face like, oh, she's cooked. I had no cards in hand. He had 3 characters out. I think one of them was the Pete Space Pirate. I had 3 Maurices or 2 Maurices workshops out. I drew a popsicle for turn. It was crazy. I was like, popsicle, draw 3 cards. And then I was just like off to the races. And that's where I think the Maui Hero to all kind of like did me good. Where like, I think Lucas took it out of his deck was like in the discard matchup. It just one-shotted the pirate, Pete Space Pirate. Because like that's just like a kind of like a nuisance to deal with a little bit. If you don't have anything else, because like at the time I didn't have coils out or anything like that. And then Amber Steel for round 5. I think it was undefeated going into round 6. My matchups were really good. I don't know. I felt like my deck did like really well for me up until like, I wouldn't even say round 6 my deck did bad. I had a moment where I finally like got a little bit ahead of myself, so that kind of sucked. And I was literally like, my Voodoo had the big Ursula that like says you can't sing out. And I had 2 Donald Ducks or Scrooges.
Oh, that's right. Voodoo was on those. Is it 2?
Yeah. And so I had 2 Scrooges out, and I was like, oh, I just popped both of my Vital Spheres, take out this Ursula, and I'm fine. Like I can sing my How Far I'll Go. Instead, I like skipped over the whole like discarding the Ursula, getting rid of the Ursula part, and just like sang. And then Sasuke came up and was like, "You can't do that." So we had like a whole like judge thing. They came over and like we were trying to figure it out. But that kind of like really cost me the game. I think I could have had like an extra turn or 2 had I not like made that mistake, because the cards that I kind of drew into were really good and could have turned the tide for me a little bit. We live and we learn, whatever. But then in round 7, which was so that was my first loss of the day, and then round 7, I just literally like saw nothing but every single uninkable in my deck. I felt like I had all 3 Sisus in my hand, like all 3 games. I took every game to game 3, luckily, so I didn't feel like terrible. But for the 2 that I lost especially, but it just kind of like feels bad to like make it all the way to round 7 and then lose, or round 6 and then lose 6 and 7, and then it kind of like pushed me. Like I think I was 7th going into round 7, and then that pushed me down to 17th, which kind of sucked. And then I really had to like make the decision, like, do I want to try to play for potential top 12, assuming that I win out both of my games, or do I just want to go play in the ladies event? So that kind of sucked, but it was a good
Hopefully
time.
it'll be fixed for next time after the conversation everybody had.
Yeah, shout out to Charlie. He's like super great at getting feedback on like every single CCS, and I think a lot of people gave lots of feedback, because I think a lot of the ladies, especially after like, I know that a lot of people came up to me because they saw me in Ashton, and there was one other lady in the top table, and I think there was at least like 6 of us in the top 2 tables, like obviously in contention for day 2. And a lot of people came up to me when I was playing in the ladies event, and they were like, we asked if like they would push the event like an hour, and they were like, no, because like obviously everything was already scheduled out, and they had to think of like everybody that was like there, obviously helping to work and like judge and like do all of that stuff. So I understand, but yeah, I think next time though they are gonna make everything start at 12, so that the women especially get a chance to play out their last 2 rounds. I was like very upset that I couldn't play my last 2 rounds out, but I conceded my 8th and 9th. My 8th match I conceded, and then my 9th match I just forgot to walk over there and concede, so he had to sit there for 10 minutes and wait for me. He actually commented on one of my posts, I think in like the Disney Ohana or Disney Lorcana fan page, and was like, I was your round 9 opponent, and I just sat there for 10 minutes. I was like, I'm so sorry. But it only dropped me down to 50th, 50 something, 51st, I think, which was kind of like not terrible considering my last 4 rounds were L's, but
yeah.
Well, I only consider 6 and 7 L's. All right, I conceded, so like whatever. It's still an L, but like not in my brain, I guess.
No, yeah, I mean, I think you made the right choice.
Yeah. I had so much fun playing in the ladies event too, so I think it was worth it.
Do you want to break yours though? Talk about Xerix, and then we'll hit the ladies event.
Yeah, I'm down.
Let's do it. All right, so I have it pulled up.
Here, I got you. I can pull it up.
You bring the deck. I'm bringing it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think I said this in my thing, but I really think that the differences in me and Xerix's deck, like, kind of played a big part in like our matchups as well, which helped us both out. Only one game did I wish I had Fishbone Quill, and that was in my round 7. And I'm like, if like there was only one match where I'm like, oh man, I wish I had Fishbone Quill, like, whatever.
Yeah. So do you want me to touch on the deck list first, or do you want me to touch on matches first? Okay. So let's go over changes I think I would make. So obviously, like, I hadn't played a ton of Quill prior to this event. Obviously, having Lucas, be on 3 Quill, and like, knowing, I guess, on paper how good it would be into Song, kind of pushed me towards playing them. I will say in the event, I don't think Quill did a whole lot for me outside of like the Blurple matchup, which I was already kind of ahead in. The blue-red matchup, again, that's not... The Quill's important for double triggering coils, for like taking out big CCs and whatnot, but at the end of the day, it's not like... The ink count isn't really, changing a ton unless you get it out super duper early, at which point you're really committing and you're not fighting forward to the board. Because against one of my matchups against Jonathan Williams, I played a turn 3 Scrooge, grabbed a dime, and so he just had to answer the next 2 Toas that I played so that I wouldn't be able to play it out for free, knowing that he wasn't on Hideaway. Okay, I'm trying to charge my phone, and it keeps twisting. Hold on one second. I'll keep that straight. Okay, so changes that I would make probably after this weekend. Comparing to Tanya's list, I know she was on 3 Sisu and 4 Vitalosphere. I think that's pretty heavy on the Rush package. I'm sorry, 3 Maui, 4 Vitalosphere. I think the 2 Maui was right. I could see wanting the 4th Vitalosphere. I would probably make a switch towards 2 Great Sun Dragons and 1 Quill. Obviously meta dependent. I love the 1-up Hideaway. Again, it didn't come up a ton, but I'm pretty sure I won.
Up when it mattered.
I came up when it mattered because I don't know if any of you guys were like watching my my win-in match, but I played against my top 8 match, but I played against the Shark blue-red, and he went turn 3 Manor, turn 4 Manor, and like I went turn 3 Tala, seeing how far I go, turn 4 play Tala, into I think it was 6-drop Toa Vitalosphere to finish off, because he went Maui, take out 1 Tala, so I didn't even get the challenge with that. So I put 3 into it with the other one. He got to trade off the Maui for that one, or maybe he even like healed it with a popsicle. And so I had to do that, and I top decked the Hideaway to take out the 2nd Manor. So it was just over at that point because I had, established I think enough items, as well as just had cards in hands, whereas he was just fully committing to that. So changes that I would make would be that I could also see us go into 0 Quill depending on your meta. I also kind of wanted the 3rd How Far I'll Go. Every time like I had a somewhat stable board state, I'm just like, please find me a How Far I'll Go. Like, just let me take this card advantage, Card felt great.
Crazy. Never once during all day Saturday did I say I want another How Far I'll Go.
Really? No, the card was great.
Happy with 2. I felt so good with 2.
Yeah. Okay. I could see that as well.
Saying, like matchup dependent, like it really like your deck list kind of like matters, I think.
Yeah, and of course, and if we're cutting Quills, then probably the Another Uninkable isn't probably the best call. Yeah. Three big Toa is 100% correct, because you ink one, you get it in your hand so early, and you ink it so often that like you get into these grinding matchups that you're just like, oh, I only have 1 left in my deck, and you really just need the second, third copy in there.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I will 100% swear by the 3 there. All right, so let's go over matches. So round 1 was Steel Song, and that was scary because the person I played was on essentially set 7 Steel Song, no Rhinos, 4 of Daisy, and then I think he had like 2 Namaris. And mind you, I don't think Namari is great, but every time he played it, it would be like he's at like 14 or 16 lore. And I'm like, well, I have to concede this lore until he taps it, and then I gotta take it out, because I can't quill it or I have to prep it, So those were very close. And Namari's an 11-5. There's only so much I can coil.
You don't have multiple coils out, bro. You don't have multiple coils. I'll get it together.
That's why I needed a 3rd How Far I Go for the triggers.
That's true.
For the extra ink triggers. So that was a close. That was a 2-1. Round 2 was against Amber Steel Aggro. Another 2-1. I think the one match I lost, my opponent just drew like triple dock, and it was just impossible for me to stop the last lore. Or maybe it was like a Pete. I think, that was definitely a Pete matchup. Round 3. Yeah, round 3 was traditional Amber Steel Aggro.
I think my opponent aggro.
Yeah, no, that was Steel Song. Round 3 was Steel Song. That one, I think my opponent went turn 1 or turn 2 Shift Rhino, and I was able to go forego ramp and just go Coil Brawl, and that just was like, then they have to like establish a singer, take out the singer, and so forth and so on. So that one was pretty clean. Round 4 was Red Purple to one of the local guys from Triangle area. That one was a little bit tight. I think he had a couple of Pirate's Life in his deck, but at the end of the day, again, I have the reach with dimes. No, that was Emule.
Okay.
Scarf Man. Yeah.
Rico's deck is super spicy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure they were similar minus the few spice cards for sure.
Yeah.
Round 5, I played against a Blurple player. Oh, I'm sorry. Round 4 was a 2-1 against the red purple. Round 5 was a 2-0 against Blurple. That matchup is really just based on how they build their deck. He was this was the person that DJ played who had 4 separate 4 of 3 6s or 4 draw 3 6s. I think he was playing a 1 of 4 different ones just for spice. He wasn't on any of the 4 drop tap Elsos. He wasn't on Into the Unknowns. He wasn't on Manor. So it was just a very like slow, grindy Monstro kind of build, Hades Monstro, that sort of thing. And so, I stick a dime, or I just keep playing Tolas, and just, he only has so many Hades that he can do to take out when I 3-for-1 him on a Sisu, and then just play a Toa afterwards, So that one felt very, very easy, just given the construction of his deck. Round 6, that was on stream. That was the Jonathan Williams matchup. Very good matchup if you guys want to go back and watch that. I did misplay on one of them, but I forgot I had a double coil, and I didn't banish a bell because of it, and he was able to Vital Sphere the bell and take out one of my Sisus, which actually could have made a huge difference, but I was able to find.
Did you hide away his dime too?
I did. So that was game 2. So game 2, I was so far behind because he had workshops and I didn't. But I was able to get a dime out, and then he got a dime out, but I was able to banish or hide away the dime. So I was just trying to find, the closing power, but he was able to squeak it out. But no, that was a very, very good matchup, very technical. If you guys want to just get reps in, or just get different, I guess, reads on play patterns, because both of us were had many different lines throughout the match. I actually watched it myself to see when he found his dimes and see what decisions he's made. Yeah. No, I was watching him.
I
know. Round 7 was my first loss on day 1. That was against the winner, the Purple Steel guy. And I think I talked about it in one of the post interviews. But again, it was mostly it was a 2-1. Thank you.
I'm kidding.
I actually won the die roll and won game 1, so it was even worse. Because I just could not find Sisus for the other games. And again, I would churn trying to find Sisu, and as soon as I ran out of mana or enough to be able to banish, use or play a Sisu, I would find it. So that was rough. Round 8 was that winning in that I needed to do. That was against another Amber Steel aggro, and that was scary because every single matchup he either went. It was Daisy. He had Daisy on 1 every single game, and then it was either Piglet or Smee on 2, and then it was either Penny Daisy or Lady Smee, or just some combination of nonsense. The one deck I lost, I think it's because I had to banish a coil to a bell, and then he was able to close out the game with a Lawrence or a Pete or something that I wasn't able to shrink. But the other games, it was just I had Bell on 1, Sisu, second Sisu, shifts, Maui's, all the stuff, and then using the shift Sisus, because if they have to take their turn off, if they don't play Lady on 3, then they have to hard cast a Storm or play a Pete and Sing, and at that point you're just playing a Scrooge out or playing a Maui 5-drop and taking out one of their characters that they now have to answer or just get 2 or 3 for 1. So that one felt pretty clean, but it was also very scary. And then round 9, my opponent ended up wanting to draw with me. I didn't think he was guaranteed, but when we looked at the standings afterwards, all of the X11s or better made it. So I guess we did bad math, because I was 4th and he was 6th, and we both ended up at 4th and 6th respectively.
Zarek doing bad math?
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Drawing in is crazy.
No, I did draw in. I was just surprised he wanted to. But yeah.
It was like the Twilight Zone.
Well, no, because we were talking about it, and I was like, I don't think he's gonna want to draw in, and everybody was just like, go try to convince him. And then I walk up to him, and he's like, do you want to draw? And within 2 seconds, I submitted the draw, and I was like, yep, we're in there. Let all the stress fall away for a bit. And then so top 8 was the Joel Melton, the action blue red, and again had to hide away for the locations game 1. Then game 2 was just able to establish a dime early, and it was just an inevitability kind of thing. So we ended up not splitting cash in top 8. I know I myself voted no, but I think a few other players did as well. And then in top 4, I was on the fence on splitting cash there because I knew I was going to be playing against Voodoo, who was on green purple, and he was going to be on the play. Now, mind you, I didn't know the exact list he was on, and maybe if I knew, I would have changed my mind. Because if he's on
All you had to
Prince
do
John,
was ask. Actually, I was
yeah,
probably
just
no,
no,
probably
yeah,
won't
right,
mask.
no, yeah. But if he's on Prince John, I think that's a pretty rough matchup
Yeah.
on the draw for sure. Just because obviously they can just shift out a
Go crazy.
net draw Diablo and Prince John. Because we also have somebody from our area or from our team who always plays green purple, and he goes turn 1 Pegasus, turn 2 double Curse Merfolk, turn 3 Prince John, and I'm like, well, now I have to banish these things and can take a 4 for 1, and cry. And it's just the worst thing in the world. And then of course finals for anybody listening, I'm sure you might have seen that, but it was just a matter of coming down to CCS again, and then game 1, I thought I had it locked in the bag, and he was able to. I think he had probably somewhere in the neighborhood of like a 30% out, and he was able to find his 3rd copy of Fire the Cannons to double shoot his own goat to go to 20. Otherwise, I would have had game 1. Yeah.
I was wondering what happened in game 1 because I thought you guys were I thought it was super good. Or
it was super close. So use the cannons early on to take out a small Sisu, and then I guess like post doc or post something he found. I think it was like a strength and a fire the cannon. So like I had a turn or two where he wasn't developing a ton, and he put 19 on board, and then obviously found the second one to finish it off, and then game 2 I just wasn't able to close it out because he old Yensid questing for 6.
I want to let
Did me
everybody know
dirty.
that for Halloween we will absolutely have pictures of Zarek dressed up as Yensid. With lots of
I'm gonna be
goons
sick that week.
surrounding him. I feel like your matches were really good though, and I also feel like you played against a lot more aggro than I did. So like,
yeah,
I don't know. I felt like the rallies were really good for the aggro matchup.
That's fair. And people say that Amber Steel is a very good matchup, and don't get me wrong. Like if they stumble at all, like you're almost guaranteed to win. But like if they don't stumble, there's nothing you can do. Just like any other deck, if they go 1, 2, 3, 4 Naveen wheel, play Pete, play Smee, there's nothing you can do about it because like it does take time.
It's crazy. Like against red blue. Like if you can.
That's how you lost your finals too, right?
What, me?
Yeah, or did she just sing wheel on?
Yeah, it was the mirror, and she top decked. I don't know. I have to actually ask her because I don't think she had any cards left in her hand, and she literally top decked either Naveen or Wheel.
Yeah.
And just wheeled away 3 Zeuses and 3 Storms, and.
Well, you had double Naveen too, yeah. So like that was where you're gonna be able to like stick a thing as Zeus their threat to like twice in a row, and you weren't able to do that.
And I had a Troubadour on board, so I was like literally wiping the board. So it was a top deck moment, I think.
For sure. But yeah, so I feel like as far as list goes, I'd say in a vacuum I would go to no Quills and go to 2 Stone Dragons. It would make your Scrooges a little bit iffy on hitting, just being down to 17 instead of 18.
You could, like in theory, like go to 2 Stone Dragon as a 4th Vitalosphere.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Instead of Vitalosphere, I almost want to say play Gold Coin.
I could see Gold Coin or Shield definitely making a slot in the deck for.
Yeah. I don't remember.
Maybe like a 10 slot or just like. So Gold Coin reads. Let's see. So it's banish this item. Ready chosen characters is yours. They can't quest and it only costs 1.
It's like value off of Maurice's Workshop, and it's like ready any of your characters to like take something out.
Now, one takeaway that I don't love, it is a tap banish, so it does have an combo with Scrooge, whereas Vite is just you don't have to. Yeah, exactly. And same thing with Shield of Virtue. I think it's just 3 no tap, right? Or is it?
Yeah, but it's a cost 2 or cost 1, and then you have to tap 3 like every time.
Oh yeah, tap 3. Yeah, but it is repeatable.
Yeah.
As far as like if you don't want to run the hideaway, then maybe you can kind of use that to take out locations a little bit better. In combination with Maui's or whatever else or Scrooges, because most of the time, like if it's a a manner, you have a Tipo sitting out, so that gets the first point, and then you get Scrooge into it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Duck felt great for sure. Obviously, like not having as much Diablo in the meta this time around helped out a lot. I was surprised to see so few Steel Song decks make it to the top cups or top tables because they were doing very well up until like round 4 or 5, and I think they just started getting beat. Which is surprising because there was a lot of Blurple and a lot of red purple that I was seeing, and maybe those should be pretty 50-50 matchups, if
Did
not a
any
little bit
Emerald
favor towards
Steel make it
Steel
to
Song.
top cut?
No. So top cut was
2 green, purple, 4 blue, red.
2 green purple?
Yeah, 2 green purple, 4 blue red, 1 purple steel, and 1 red purple. Yep.
No song?
No song.
Safari's on 1K.
I definitely knocked at least 2 of them out.
Our 5K had song and green steel top flows.
It also had 2. Did it have 2 of the green blue decks? Or 1?
Huh? I'm talking about a different event. One green blue did top the Sunday 2K.
The 2K, yeah. Yeah. That was fungus. Yeah.
Do you want to move on to talking about the ladies event, Tanya?
Oh yeah, let's do that. Wait, you can't see it. Just kidding. Hold on. Technical issue. I was like wondering.
Kids event also too. That was very cute to see happening.
What? Oh, the kids event? Oh my god, it was so cute.
So adorable. The little girl running like blue green Baymax deck, like shifting and like
the girl that I played round 1 of last CCS was the second place person or the second place kid in the tournament, and she was playing the Mulan. She's playing like a Mulan Ruby Steel list, and it was so cute. I played her mom in the ladies event.
You're
So
bullying
this was
children,
my list. Huh?
Bullying children, I see.
She was my round 1 opponent. She's really nice though. I love her. She's from the Chernobog Crushers. I played literally 3 of them. 2 of them at the ladies event. So this was my list for the ladies event. We had lots of discussion, even though I played 7 rounds of Lorcana on Saturday. I went back to the Airbnb and played another hour and a half of Lorcana.
Mind-numbing Chernodog matches.
Yeah, I was like, guys, I don't think I want to play Song. Like, let me just play against Nora's Chernodog deck with my Ruby Sapphire items. Yeah, I think I played 4 games against her with items, and I was like, yeah, there's absolutely no way. I have to have Exodia in my hand. Like, literally, I have to have turn 1 Popsicle, turn 1 Bell, into Ramp, into Coil, and Scrooge, and, like, literally just, like, everything. Like, it is just, like, impossible, so. But my first matchup of the day was Song. So I played a mirror. We played this list because I thought that there was going to be a ton of aggro. Because like all the Yapping Queens wanted to play in it, and we were like, I think most of us are going to have to play Song or some version of aggro. Otherwise, it's going to be kind of miserable because literally everybody's going to be on aggro. And then my first matchup was literally traditional Steel Song mirror. I just honestly, I won the dice roll for 1, I think. I think I won that dice roll. I don't remember. But I just had tempo. And like, if you have tempo in a Song mirror, it's just like, it doesn't matter like how good they draw. Like, you're always like kind of 1 step ahead, which makes it really good. Then my second matchup was against Angelique, and I hate it. She was playing discard. And she absolutely cooked me in game 1. In game 2, I was on the play, so I had tempo. She won the dice roll. And then in game 3, I was able to like wheel kind of perfect. I think I wheeled or I Rapunzeled like kind of perfectly and like drew into removal that I needed, which was really nice. We took out the one World's Greatest Criminal to play a Lawrence because right before the event, Zarek was like, if we're expecting aggro, do we think we need to play this? And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I wish I would have played it. The world's greatest criminal mind would have come in handy so bad because all my matchup, I played one aggro deck, and it was a mirror, but it was Amber Steel aggro, and that was like pretty okay. She won game 1, and then I got game. I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
What would it have killed? What would World Greatest have done?
Heat Space Pirate, all of the sharks that I saw against the 2 blue-red players that I played, like, it was crazy. Also, I am a beast on the draw. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
Naveen pretty good.
Dude, it was wild how many games I won on the draw over the weekend. Because my first 2 matches of day 1 were literally like 2-0s, so I was winning on the draw regardless. So like a draw at some point. But yeah, so round 3 I played against aggro. Round 4 I played against Ruby Sapphire. Everybody says that that's like a super good matchup. Oh yeah, it's the picture from from getting second.
Number 2. Oh, wait, it says it over there. Number 2 out of 50.
Everybody says that the Ruby Sapphire matchup is like such a good matchup for like Song and stuff like that. But like, I feel like if you know how to like bait their like board wipe and their like shark and Sisu's, like it doesn't matter. Because that was pretty much how I won my first Ruby Sapphire matchup. It was pretty easy. I also play against it a lot, so I feel like playtesting. I will say this: I did thank my entire team because we all play like very different decks, and like we're all constantly playtesting together. And I think that that's like a huge part of why we're all like really good into most matchups. Like, because like Zarek said, we literally have somebody on the team that plays Emerald Amethyst. We have somebody on the team. Literally, Corey will put together any deck and like learn how to play it and then play against us. He's like at this point, he did say, and I quote, I think Tanya is better than me. I just want to put that out there on the record.
Damn. I'll forget about that one tomorrow.
So will he, I'm sure. I think he already did. But that really helped me though, and I think a lot of my matchups, especially in the ladies event, because where a lot of people were like really nervous, like because most people were playing the Amber Steel or like an Amber Steel like aggro variant, and there was like 2 or 3 people playing Ruby Sapphire, and when I beat the Ruby Sapphire, they were like, "What? You beat it? Like, how'd you beat it?" Like, and I'm like, you just have to know how to play into it. Like, you have to bait the board wipes, you have to bait the what's it called? The sharks, like get them to play the shark, like make them think that you don't have the kill spell in hand, stuff like that. Because that helped me out a lot. But yeah, so I went undefeated until finals. Played against I ID'd my last 2 rounds, then played against Lever's deck. That was kind of scary. Thought I was gonna lose, but I won my match on the draw.
Now, what happened finals? Because you didn't let us watch ever. Didn't you have seeding, and you lost game 1?
I did not have seeding. So Hillary actually, she had to play. So she ended up playing Lizard Kitten in round 6, I believe. So she got the pair down round 5. I was able to draw round 5. She got the pair down round 5 and was able to. She won the game. So she was 5-0-1 going into finals.
Oh, okay.
Me and Melanie Carvissa from Chernobog Crushers. We were both 4-0-2. So she had seeding on me. I only had seeding on my top 8 match. Top 4 match and finals, I was on the draw.
What seed were you? 3rd, 4th?
3rd.
3rd. That's rough.
Yep. But I won on the draw, baby.
Absolutely.
I'm a monster on the draw. But nah, it was a lot of fun though. And if any of you ladies are watching, I was absolutely the person that gave the yellow card every single time. I'm sorry I lied to you all, but I really wanted to play it out.
I mean, to be fair, you did give up the $125 chance at top 16 to play the event, so to split at top 8 and get 125 didn't make a lot of sense for you.
Yeah. And I just wanted to play. I was like excited. It was the first ladies event, and like it not even. I think I said it to I think I said it to Ashton. I don't remember, but I was like, man, I'm gonna give this yellow card, and then I'm gonna lose round 1. I'm gonna lose in top 8, but I don't know. I just felt like with it being the first ladies event, I really wanted for whoever won, whether it be me or not, to like win, because like you went all out.
Yeah.
Like you went all the way to the finals. You played.
Yeah, absolutely. Establish
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt that was really important. I felt like that was really important for like just the ladies in general. And like it's honestly like I don't know like how a lot of the women felt that were in like the finals or in that tournament, but like I feel like more of us need like a confidence boost, and like winning something like that is like it's a confidence boost, because you're not traveling to CCS for up to minimum of at least like 2 hours. Maybe some people are local, whatever, but like you're not traveling minimum 2 hours to CCS to hopefully win a game in a 50-man or 50-person tournament. Like I want to win. Like I'm traveling to win. Like that is my goal. Like so.
Well, it's also being like a very prominent female figure in the Lorcana community.
Yeah.
Definitely want to like build those connections, play against all these high-ranking players, and obviously like establish that good rapport, and
the
drive really nice between these women to like compete.
Yeah. Because there was a lot of people that were like, "Oh, I know you," and I was like, "Huh?" I was like, I don't know anybody. I'm a nobody. So, but it was like really cool, like meeting a lot of women there, and like seeing people in person, and like the amount of women that ended up signing up versus the 12 that we started the CCS week with. Like I think we all looked on Monday. Like me and Ash were like, "There's 12 people." Like, what do we do? What if nobody shows up?
Right.
So, but yeah,
that was a great tournament. What'd you guys end up at? 40 something?
49.
Wow.
Yeah. It was really good. It was a really good number for like the first one. I know for me, I spoke to a lot of women that didn't go because there wasn't guaranteed pricing. Yeah. And because there was only 12 women signed up, literally going into the week of CCS, I know that was like a big factor in why there probably weren't more. But now it's a guaranteed 1K, so yay!
Nice. Yeah. Wait, so they said it's going to be a guarantee now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Because even if they didn't, though, like now it just showed that enough people cared to show up and play. So hopefully more people will be encouraged to go as well.
Mm-hmm. And I think they confirmed that it will start at 12.
Yeah.
Which was like something that a lot of us made a big stink about.
So
yeah.
Respectfully.
Very respectfully, because like shout out to Charlie for doing it at all. Like he didn't have to do that. He didn't have to do a whole separate tournament for us, but he did. And like, but yeah, we're all just very happy that we had like a place, because I know a lot of the women were like, it's so nice to like beat somebody and then them not be immediately irritated with you. Shout out to the men. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
But it is like that sometimes, and it can be kind of like intimidating. So, it was a vibe. I will say it was very much a vibe, and that was like the conversation that most of us women had when we were all playing, and it was just a lot of fun. So, yeah. But
I'm glad you were able to run so many like successful events. Like a lot of the side events popped off as well. Like the ticket stuff was like every CCS, the whole like ticket side event system's gotten better. We got the ladies event, the kids event, the main event, the one that turned 2K. Like the prizing seems to always scale up just because it keeps getting more popular.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think there was one time that literally the 1K on Sunday ended up as like a freaking 8K because so many people signed up. Like it was like literally everybody came back on Sunday to play that didn't like make it on Saturday. Like it was nuts. Like
I think the highest it's gotten was a 4K, because it's a $25 tournament, so you'd have to have a tremendous amount of people to get it that high.
Maybe I'm thinking
but But
Yeah.
still, even then,
But
at a
even then,
$25 tournament, yeah.
Yeah, a 4K, what? Probably 13K. Go to 4K the next day, and
Yeah.
now he's doing a 1K for the women guaranteed, and he's doing a scholarship for the kids. Like, it was a great time, and some like other really crazy, awesome stuff happened on Saturday, before the tournament even started. Somebody got engaged. This shit was crazy, right in front of the mural.
I talked about it in my interview. I don't know who it was, but it's pretty cool.
I have no idea who it was. It was crazy.
W fiance.
W fiance.
How the post couple of days been, Bruce?
Pretty great. Not gonna lie.
Little surreal, same old.
I mean, it's the same, but different. Yeah, I don't know. It's great.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm having fun. No, but yeah, no. CCS is definitely a super great time.
Yeah.
As it
If
always
anybody
is.
hasn't gone, definitely come out, because there's also so many vendors, so many
Oh,
custom
yeah.
shirts. Like, not to say you want to spend all your money, but you kind of want to spend all your money when you go.
I
Literally,
always spend
this
money
is
on
Ash
that.
and Alaric's second one,
Mhm.
and their first one. I was like, if you don't do good, then you just like go wallow your sorrows in the vendors.
And I did.
And they did before they even lost. Okay, they walked over, like we were there for literally 30 minutes, and they walked back over with a bag of stuff. So we did
Yeah.
bring Scott. Scott got to go for his first time,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he was very excited, had a very good time.
And Nora.
After he ran into the
No,
back
Nora
of
went
my
last
car.
time.
Yeah.
She did? I swear she said she wouldn't. This was her first. Okay.
This was her
No,
second
she
one.
came last time.
Yeah, she came last time. She just didn't stay with us last time.
Right. That's what
Because
it
she was
was.
supposed to stay with her friend, yeah. But
Yeah.
no, CCS is a great
And you
time.
just go and say you're going to have a good time, and then you place 30th.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
You just get sick the week before, don't play test, and show up, and you know,
Watch
Go
movies the
undefeated
night
until
before.
round 7.
Don't play test.
watch Ginny and George lay in
Georgia.
bed. It was fun.
Okay.
It was so good. But yeah, I feel like there's also just like so many events coming up. I know that we're hosting a 2K on July 26th, and then a Learn to Play for kids and adults on July 27th. So it'll be like a 2-day weekend event kind of thing. And then I know that the Uninkables out of Raleigh are planning on hosting a team charity event where I think we're going to make it a tournament, but it's going to be Team Uninkables, Team Ohana, Team Smash, and one other team that I literally cannot remember because he was talking to me like in between rounds during the ladies event. And my brain capacity at that time was very low. So we're probably going to be doing that. That'll probably be out in Raleigh, maybe at Triangle area card game.
Yeah.
I would assume.
Probably. And then for Worlds, we have our Super Sealed coming up, and then Triangle Area's doing 3-deck format.
Mm-hmm. So Saturday we'll have the Super Sealed, and Sunday they're doing the 3-deck format. Corey can't go.
No?
Next weekend, right? The 28th and 29th.
28th and 29th. Yep, for the watch party.
If anybody wants to come beat up on me or Franz, I will be there.
Yeah, I think Corey may go, but he's gonna have to ride with somebody because it's my niece's birthday party that day, so we're not gonna make it back by 5. So I was like, I can't go.
It's crazy how you'll be sick.
No, I already I can't. Corey
What if you just
ride with you.
What if you buy a really good gift and then just say you can't make it?
Yeah, right. I literally haven't seen them in like months. They would cry.
What's one more day?
Be like Vivian, Mom, I love you.
There's also a tournament in Maryland that we recently saw coming up.
Ink.
Yeah, the Ink.
Tournament City Games is a 10 out of 10 store. Anytime I've been there for Yu-Gi-Oh, it's been fantastic.
I've never been there.
You said the name of the store is what? Tournament City Games?
City Games. It's a banger store.
Is that the one in September?
Yeah. It's the first week of September.
There might be some conflicts.
No, I thought you guys were busy the second week.
Yeah, you guys are busy the second week of September. You've already discussed this.
Yeah, but that's not the conflict.
Literally told the guy
I don't exactly. I know, but
No
this
takes
isn't
these
Charlie.
backsies, okay? Alec already said he's
This isn't
driving.
CCS.
Yep.
Yeah, this is what the team's going to. So
Yeah. Already
So it
committed.
might be
No-
conflicting with CCS. That's what I'm trying
Oh
to
yeah, we don't know when CCS is in September yet.
Hours
So.
fully
Well,
off camera.
Charlie.
Wait,
Charlie
CCS?
Yeah,
In
the
September?
next CCS will be in September.
Yes, Charlie told me that they would be announcing it after Worlds because they were waiting for Worlds to be announced, but he did tell me the tentative date.
Yeah, they're waiting for the DLC announcements because they don't want anything to conflict, which makes sense, obviously.
Yeah, understandably.
Yeah.
You want me to hit this outro?
Yeah, but that's all we have, guys. Yeah.
As always, we will have our social links down below. Shout out to our sponsors, House of Cards in Winston-Salem and Greensboro Dragons Horde, North Carolina. They're always supporting us, and support them in their stores. Join all of our socials: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Discord, and talk chat with me, Zarek, Tanya, or Ash, and the rest of the team. We look forward to seeing you guys for the rest of the summer. Every weekend there is an event lined up. Pretty much every weekend. I think we might take off July 4th for Team Family Cookout, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I'm
yeah,
super excited for that.
it's going to be lots of fun. And we hope to see you guys out for the 2K and the Learn to Play at the end of July at Dragon's Horde. We'll post more on our socials. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye.